Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is a big night indeed. It is the final race for the 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season, hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5. Tonight we crown a 7th annual Platinum Cup Series champion. We have 4 championship contenders getting strapped in and ready to go, along with about 14 other drivers getting set here to participate in the season finale at Phoenix International Raceway. My in-race reporter for the evening, Triple Crown winner and 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion Alex Tesdall, driver of the 17 Ford. Alex, thanks a bunch for joining me here tonight.
Yeah, happy to be here.
And a shout out to Alex as well for advancing his way all the way to the round of 8 in the Platinum Cup playoffs before getting the early exit. Great season for you, but without further ado, we're going to dive in here on a little bit of information about your championship contenders here tonight before we do send the invites out for qualifying. I'm sure the boys are all sitting there wondering why we're a couple of minutes late, and the reason why is because we really do need to pay tribute and show our appreciation for the 4 powerhouse drivers who have advanced their way all the way here to the championship stage at the end of this long, grueling, and challenging 38-race season. It's an endurance season, folks. It's a grind. 50% distance races as well. It's not easy. And finally, we're here in September to crown our champion. First and foremost, the regular season champion, number 24, Aaron Garcia, 37 starts, 10 wins, 31 top 5s, 33 top 10s, 12 pole awards, 20 stage wins. He has set the record for the most top 5s in a single season, right now with 31 coming into tonight. So many drivers have come and gone, trying their best to conquer and defeat Matt Smith in this Final Four championship race over the last couple of years. Jordan Dorosek, Joshua Watson, Josh Colm-Diaz, Ayrton Frederick, Cameron Norton, and yours truly, Tyler McMurder, have all suffered the exact same fate at the hands of Flash 9 and have watched him go on to be crowned the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion. However, Aaron Garcia, with 10 wins and 31 top 5s, very well could be the one. No one has ever had that impressive numbers coming into the Phoenix finale to face Matt Smith. And then, of course, now second contender, and we were just speaking about him, driver of the number 47, Matt Smith. 13 wins for him this season, 32 starts, 23 top 5s, 24 top 10s, 3 pole awards, 19 stage wins. He holds the record for most wins in a single season. He is a 2-time champion for a reason. He's raced in the Pro League races before. He's raced in those Winter Heat Series and Summer Showdown events with me and did very good in all of those. He's proven time and time again that he is one of the very, very best in history. One of the very best to ever grab a wheel and pedals for a NASCAR Heat game on a PlayStation console. Matt Smith going for 3 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series championships in a row. And moving forward, Josh Colm-Diaz, the driver of the number 9 Chevy Camaro. He's been here before. This will be his 3rd Final Four appearance, going for a championship here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. 37 starts, no wins, 16 top 5s, 28 top 10s, 1 pole award, 2 stage wins. He's won Platinum Cup races, Motormaster races, truck races. He's won everywhere, but he has not won a Platinum Cup race in 2 years. This version of Josh Colm-Diaz is so much better than the version we saw last year and the year before. This year very well could be the year where he is truly capable, truly talented enough, and truly practiced enough and groomed enough to go on out there and be crowned your champion this year. And last but not least, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., the driver of the number 18 Toyota Camry for Juicy J Motorsports. 36 starts, no wins, 11 top 5s, 27 top 10s, 1 pole award, and 4 stage wins. He's won NASCAR championships on NASCAR 15, Supercross, and GTA 5. He started with us back in the streets on GTA 5 for the NASCAR Street Tech Series. Maybe something many of the viewers did not know about us. It's kind of where we got our roots, some of us. And tonight, Jeffrey is going to look to take them to the streets. He's going to take them back to the old roots and he's going to try to use every little bit of knowledge and experience he has gained throughout this season to his advantage, put all of the knowledge and apply it to this championship race, and perhaps turn a lot of heads, shock the world. He would be the underdog coming into tonight statistically, and he would raise the roof around here if he would win this championship. Very much a fan favorite, and very confident coming into tonight's race at Phoenix. Now, without further ado, I'm sure the drivers have been waiting patiently, hopefully patiently, probably not. We're going to go on over to the multiplayer menu. We're going to send out the invitations for qualifying. You're going to see a series of blue screens for a couple of minutes here, folks, but it's simply to get all the drivers gathered for the big night here. And bear with us. You're watching the Road to Glory 500 at Phoenix International Raceway here on NASCAR Heat 5, the season finale. We crown a 7th annual NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series champion here tonight. And 17 drivers choosing to participate here in qualifying. These drivers will have 6 laps to post the quickest lap time that they possibly can. They are allowed to pit. They are allowed to draft. They're allowed to do all of that towards getting a fastest lap time. Yours truly is going to get out of the way and let these drivers do what they do best, and that is lay down hot laps here at Phoenix Raceway. And hot laps is an understatement. It's going to be a very hot, slick surface here tonight, and these drivers will be experiencing a lot of different things towards trying to win this race, such as tire wear and really trying to pick what line suits them the most. And again, folks, round 38 of the season. Long, grueling, challenging endurance season. And it's come down to this. Aaron Garcia, Matt Smith, Josh Colm-Diaz, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. all have a chance to make history here tonight. Matt Smith looking to be crowned the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion for a third year in a row. Aaron Garcia looking to win his third NASCAR championship of 2022. He won the NASCAR championship in the Truck Series and the Legend Series earlier this year. Josh Colm-Diaz looking to make history, get that first ever NASCAR championship. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. looking to get his first one on a NASCAR game since NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console. They are underway for qualifying. Now the first lap is not going to be their quickest lap no matter what. These drivers are not going to necessarily want to get too spread out though. The draft will be a factor enough for them to want to stick with the rest of the group and try to hang in line with them if they can. If they get a good run, they might utilize it and try to make a move and get the quickest lap that they possibly can. But I really do think that that is going to be the strategy here for the 6 laps in qualifying. Some drivers choosing to come down pit road, Josh Colm-Diaz and Aiden Cody, and I believe Aaron Garcia as well. And this is legal. These drivers are allowed to make a pit stop, as many pit stops as they want, really, but you really only have time to make one pit stop and maybe change those 4 tires, don't take any fuel so the car is still light, and send them out on their way. And oftentimes it is good enough to give you a 1 or 2 tenth advantage on your lap time.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Alex Tesdahl, 7 wins in the NOSSCAR Novice Cup Series this year, crowned the champion in that series. Alex, what are your keys to winning tonight's Phoenix race?
I think it's going to come down to managing your tires and, make sure you don't overheat them because, this track is really hot and chews them up.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Some of the drivers were discussing that in the garage area before they came here today at Phoenix. And amongst all the final 4 drivers, who would you say has the best chance of going out there and winning it tonight?
Me personally, I'd say the favorite would be Matt Smith since he's already won 2 of these things, so he knows how to get it done.
That's a safe pick, that's for sure. Who's your sleeper pick? You got somebody that might sneak up and take it away?
Here you go.
Jeffrey Robinson, I think if he can have a solid race, he's shown he has what it takes to get up there and possibly, steal this win if, some mistakes or, strategy issues happen in front of him or something. So I wouldn't count him out.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out either. In fact, he's been improving week after week, and over the last, I'd say, about 6 weeks, he is shown to be a top 5 contender consistently every race.
Yeah, for sure. He got off to a slow start early in the season, but lately he really found his groove.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Oh no! And we're getting word here. We were just talking about him. The 18 of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. actually had some sort of connection issue during qualifying, an engine failure, a part failure, we like to call it here in the world of sim racing, and that's a shame because he's going to have to start at the tail of the field for the championship race here tonight at Phoenix. Oh, that makes his life a little bit harder, but if anyone can get from the back to the front, it is Jeffrey Robinson Jr. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and he's going to have to be careful if something happens right in front of him. He very well might be in it now, rather than if he were to be qualifying up in the top 5 as an example. That's a heartbreaking situation, Alex.
For sure, but if he doesn't let it ruffle him too much, I think he can overcome it.
Those Juicy J Motorsports Toyotas have been fast all season long, and I don't think it's going to be any different here tonight at Phoenix Raceway. We'll have to see what the qualifying order looks like, and it's Aaron Garcia in the 24 taking the pole award. No surprise to me, he's got the most pole awards this season of any other driver, and he's going to snag one more here tonight in the season finale at Phoenix.
Championship 4 contenders are first, second, and third.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, and a 25.911 for Aaron, and for Matt it was a 26.040 and a 26.029 for Josh Colm-Diaz in second there. Very close lap times, but again, when it comes to Josh in the 9, it just goes back to show you, and it kind of confirms what I said earlier. This version of Josh Colm-Diaz is so much better than the version we saw last year and the year before, and it very well could be his night as well. And just going to ask my partner in crime here tonight, Alex Tesdall, to send me a couple of invites, and we're going to get the party started here tonight for the championship. And we would like to also take this opportunity to mention to the viewers at home, you can catch all the 2022 NOSSCAR Elite National Series races in the ARCA cars on iRacing on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that will be on the Extreme Sim TV YouTube channel. You can go to youtube.com/ExtremeSimTV to watch us on Tuesday nights in those ARCA machines. A lot of fun. And now, without any further ado, the clock is running down, and we're going to get the party started at Phoenix International Raceway. The 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season comes to an end here tonight, and we are going to crown a champion. And like you said, Alex, Matt Smith very well could be the favorite to do it again, win a third championship in a row here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. He's got the record for the most wins this season with 13. No stranger to victory lane. He took over the all-time record for the most Platinum Cup wins this year and now has a staggering total of 45 wins here at the top level.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's a record I'm not going to hit, that's for sure. And we're going to wait for your cue, buddy.
Well, yeah, you're good to come in whenever you're...
All right. Oh, I'm very excited. And one last favor, Alex. Can you take photos of the top 10 of the stages as well and the race?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you a bunch. Folks, we're moments away. We are seconds away. The cars are now lined up on the track, double file. They're about to come into the restart zone, and we're going to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage, 156 laps. The yellows are on, and we've got 18 drivers strapped in and ready to go to make history here tonight on NASCAR Heat 5. We're on our way to the racetrack. And for more information about NASCAR, you can head over to our website at NOSSCAR.com. You can visit the homepage or the About page and find a series for you. It'll tell you all about where we race, what games, what platforms, how to sign up, and the rules involved.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think Joshua had a problem. He's all the way back to 13th.
And we're at the track now, and I believe you're right. He is outside of the top 10, the driver of the 9, and we are green. Josh Colm-Diaz with a problem, already outside the top 10, and problems also already for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. as we documented. He had a problem during qualifying, needed to start at the back in 18th, and now he is slowly working his way forward. Matt Smith leads, Aaron Garcia in second, the 4 car, Stephen Corley in third, Landon Jenkins in the 88 is in fourth, and rounding out the top 5 is Chris Ryan in the 62. It's a stacked field for this race, and not all of them are the Final 4 contenders. There's a lot of drivers capable of going out there and winning this race here tonight that are not necessarily going after this championship. Now, Alex, did you see what happened at all to the 9?
No, I did not. I saw him slow on the outside as I quickly came up behind him. I almost hit him myself.
Hopefully everything's okay, but yeah, he's outside the top 10, and it does not appear like he's trying to move his way forward. Could be strategy, could just be trying to take it easy early in the going. It is stage 1, and all of these drivers in the final 4, they're not competing for stage points. It's simply the best finish amongst the championship contenders. The highest finishing final 4 driver will be crowned your champion, and we have a new race leader, Stephen Corley. Stephen Corley with a power move there. The number 4 Steel Horse Motorsports Ford Mustang takes over the top spot, and the 2-time champ back to second. Brandon Jenkins in the 88 showing great speed early in the going. He's up here still in the 4th position. Aiden Cody in the 95. He was eliminated in the round of 8 and only missed out on the final 4 by a couple of points. He scored in 5th. And it's great to see Noah Underwood back here for a NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series race. 12 wins in his NOSSCAR Platinum Cup career, and out there driving a Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback paint job. Looks really nice. We're going through the field here, and it's been a very clean start to this race. Everyone doing a great job getting through these corners. For the most part, everybody is single file. Great to see Bill Baldwin, 2-time NOSSCAR Super GT Series champion, back in action here. And that series, of course, hosted on Gran Turismo 7. There's a good battle between Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and Chris Ryan. Jeffrey slowly working his way forward in the number 18 Toyota Camry. And just a moment ago, he was able to get around his teammate Trenton Krentz in the 20, but I think that Trenton was really nice to him and kind of let him have that spot, and now problems there. Chris Ryan squeezed Jeffrey into the wall coming out of turn 2. Jeffrey came down the track, nearly spun himself and his teammate out. Everybody held on to it, and they're still rolling, but a couple of positions lost for Jeffrey, and when you hit the wall like that, Alex, it wears the right side tire out a little bit.
Yeah, getting into the wall like that, it'll also get you really loose, and you'll heat up that right rear quite a bit. So he's gonna want to maybe back it down a little bit to try and cool them tires off.
Yeah, you could be right in a moment there. Just a second ago for the 37 car, and that was Dustin Hardy. He went up and made contact with the outside wall a moment ago. I think originally he was trying to let Jeffrey Robinson Jr. go. They're both very good friends off the track, and they race for the same team in a different series. So I think there was some friendship game there, but it kind of got Dustin in trouble, and he lost about 4 or 5 positions out of the exchange. And a great run for the 10 car, and that is Ethan Hoekstra. 2 wins for him in the 2022 NOSSCAR Novice Cup Series season, and he became the youngest NOSSCAR race winner in history at the age of 12 years old.
No, that's pretty impressive.
Right. Couldn't believe the speed that he showed either. I've spoken to a couple of family members of his, and I have verified and confirmed that he is a real person. He's telling the truth, and we do truly have a new youngest race winner in history, and likely will never be broken. At the age of 12, I was not racing the way he's racing.
Yeah, neither was I.
Yeah, my dad would tell you funny stories of me playing NASCAR 99 on PlayStation 1, driving full throttle into the corner and hitting the wall and riding out of there. Wall riding, really. It's the only way I knew it at about that age. Damage needed to be off for my races. Anyways, back to the action. Stephen Corley leads. He's got about a 5 or 6 car length advantage over Matt Smith and Aaron Garcia. They run 2nd and 3rd, and they are the highest running Final 4 contenders in this race. Keep your eyes on the 47, the 24, the 9, and the 18. They are the ones with a shot to make history here tonight. And for Stephen Corley, he's not looking to win the championship, no, but he's looking to win his very first NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series race. He's a former race winner in the NOSSCAR Tailgate Truck Series, and since then he has not found victory lane, though he has come so close on so many different occasions, not only here in the Platinum Cup Series, but the Motormaster Series and Truck Series as well. So it's really only a matter of time. Once the hourglass runs out, that's when we'll see Stephen Corley parked in victory lane again. Oh, and a problem for Aiden Cody. I caught it in the nick of time there. He's still running in 5th, and it was a minor hit, but a minor hit with the wall coming out of turn 2. He's going to keep it rolling in the right direction. And again, it does wear the right side tires out just a little bit if you get into the wall, and tire wear is going to be a key factor in tonight's race, so you don't really want to do that. You don't really want to do that regardless, but at a track like Phoenix where tire wear is very critical and very important, you definitely want to keep it away from the wall as much as possible. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and Trenton Krentz having a good battle here for position. Trenton lost a couple of these spots a few laps ago because of an incident between he and Chris Ryan, and since then Jeffrey has gained those spots back in the 18 car and continues to soldier his way forward. Former NASCAR champion on Supercross, NASCAR 15 and GTA 5. Arguably,
not sure who, but we have a car in the pits.
Yes, we do. And I believe it's Noah Underwood. Yeah, it is, the 8 car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback coming down pit road for service, and I'm not sure if he was forced onto pit road or if this is a strategy call, if this is a scheduled pit stop or not. Thank you for the update, Alex, and I wouldn't have noticed unless you said something.
It could be a scheduled stop, because I know tires will be really close if you try to stretch it, so maybe he's trying to split it in half and gain track position that way.
Yeah, he might be, and honestly, it might be the safest way to go. Now, some of these drivers, they might go for it, because they have nothing to lose, but I don't know. If you're a Final Four contender and you don't go for it, and it's a successful run for the others, then you might be trapped a lap down. If you do go for it and you can't make it, you might dig yourself a hole that you can't climb out of for the rest of the race, and your championship hopes might be gone. So these drivers have a lot to think about here over the course of the next, how many laps to go here in stage 1?
Let you know in just a sec. We got 16 to go in the first stage, and I think someone just fell out of the race.
Stephen Corley leads with Landon Jenkins and Aiden Cody second and third, and then it's Chris Ryan and Matt Smith, the rest of your top 5. Let's see if anybody has indeed dropped out of the race, and Timmy Brown in the 19 car, one of the Juicy J Motorsports Toyotas, is off the racetrack and done for the day, and if that is due to a sim racing part failure, then that could be bad news for the rest of the Juicy J Toyotas. And a great battle here for position. There's battles actually all throughout the top 10. Some of these drivers are not paying attention to the tires at all, I don't think, and they're just driving as hard as they can and plan on pitting. Stephen Corley, your leader, Landon Jenkins in second, and Aiden Cody in third. It appears, anyways, that they are pushing as hard as they can. Chris Ryan has taken over fourth, and here you find 3 of the 4 championship contenders battling for position. Matt Smith in the 47 runs in 5th, Aaron Garcia in the 24 runs in 6th, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. runs in 7th. What a strong stage 1 for the driver of the 18. Started at the back in 18th place and now has driven his way all the way inside the top 10 and is on the back bumper of the 2 drivers that he is battling with for this championship. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 car is outside of the top 10 and has been running there pretty much ever since the drop of the green flag. He very well might be taking it easy on the tires, and if he is, he's got better tires than the rest of his competitors. And this is great stuff. They're trying to push hard, but not too hard, and it's like walking a tightrope here. We're getting closer to 10 remaining in stage 1.
We'll have 10 to go this time.
Ah, thank you. And it's so special to see Aaron driving that Jeff Gordon 24 car. It's the car that I drove last year in this event. It was my very last race as a full-time driver here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. One last hoorah to try to go on out there and defeat Matt Smith and take the championship. Came up short, finished second in the final standings, had a great side-by-side battle to the line for second in the final standings with Ayrton Frederick, and it was great memories that day. The torch was passed to the driver of the 47, and he's looking to hang on to it. He's got 2 championship contenders just behind them, and then a third contender that he's got to deal with that's been saving his tires since the beginning of this race. Side by side with Chris Ryan in the 62. Now Chris Ryan might be finding out the hard way that the tires are going to matter here before the end of stage 1. He's under fire from the 3 championship contenders. There's Ethan Hoekstra in the number 10 car, right there with this group, along with Dawson Brush in the 25. We haven't spoken too much about Dawson.
In the pits.
Oh, you're right, Aiden Cody. Strong run for him here in stage 1. He was all the way up in 3rd, and you're right, he doesn't have the tires to get to the end of stage 1. He's on pit road for service. Now, whoever does need to pit at this point likely will take 2 tires only and might need to pit again at the end of the stage, might not be able to take the wave around. And I'm not sure what happened there with Dustin Hardy and Bill Baldwin, but oh, there's some connection issues going on for the driver of the 37. He came to a dead stop just in front of Bill Baldwin a moment ago, and his car is flying all over the racetrack. Oh! Off the wall goes Chris Ryan in the 62. Minor contact. He's going to keep on going. Looks like he's fighting a bit of a loose race car right now. Stephen Corley is still your leader with Landon Jenkins in the 88 car running in 2nd. And I'm not sure if they're going to make it the entire distance of the stage or not. We have under 10 laps to go in stage 1. We're going to all find out together if they can. They're going to trap some cars 1 lap down.
And 3 laps to go on the stage when the leader hits the line.
Thank you very much. And that was an update from our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdahl, driver of the number 17 Ford Mustang, 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion. And we're keeping our eye on the leader. They're coming around now to 2 to go, but here comes Stephen Corley to pit road. He's not going to make it. And Emily Sari in the 11 for Juicy J Motorsports, not going to make it either. She's on pit road for service. And now 2 laps to go for Landon Jenkins. So now pit road is closed. Anybody who has not come to pit road yet needs to stay on the racetrack. They have committed to the strategy, and they have committed to trying to make the tires last and make it the entire distance of stage 1. Landon Jenkins, you could tell, was really babying the throttle over in 1 and 2. Did a pretty good job. He's doing it again here in 3 and 4. This time at a 4, he will see the white flag. Now the next time by, he'll see the green and white checkered flag. Oh, problems for Ethan Hoekstra on the 10. And Ethan's got a tire down, but as long as he can get across the start-finish line, he'll be on the lead lap for the start of stage 2, and he does. Dustin Hardy in the 37, another car that needed to make a pit stop. Landon Jenkins has a tire down. He's going to lose the lead to Matt Smith in the 47. Well, he went for it. You can't blame him. And Matt Smith is going to win stage 1. Dawson Brush in second. Chris Ryan in the 62 in third. Aaron Garcia, the 24, finishes in fourth. Wow, what a wild ending to stage 1. We'll get the top 10 from Alex Tesdall in just a moment.
Your top 10 is Flash 9, Always Freedom, Popeye, Black Cross, NASCAR King, Juicy, myself, BB, Even Steven, Bluto.
Awesome, thank you very much. How many cars, don't forget to pit, but how many cars on the lead lap?
11, and Diesel will get the free pass, and that'll make 12.
All right, thank you. And if anybody did take 4 tires, they might consider not pitting to get a wave around. We'll have to see about that, but we do know that 12 cars at minimum will be on the lead lap for the beginning of stage number 2. Matt Smith is your stage 1 winner.
Looks like 8 and the 95 are staying out.
All right, that's Noah Underwood and Aiden Cody staying out to get a wave around. The only thing they will have to worry a little bit about is making it the entire distance for stage 2 now, or at least on the same strategy as the rest. Oh, green flag is out for stage 2, but a wild stack up on the start. They were 6 wide deep in the field, but they have sorted it out since then.
This stage is longer. We have to stop at least once.
Okay. Ooh. And these drivers have survived the tire conservation stage. We are here now for the raw speed stage for stage 2. Matt Smith is the leader. Chris Ryan in the 62 runs in second. Aaron Garcia in third. The final 4 contenders running first, third, fourth, and fifth right now. Alex Tesdall's got a front row seat for it. He's running in 6th, but he's under fire from Trenton Krentz in the 20. They're 2 and 3 wide outside the top 10. Hope the voice holds up for this one. It's a big night here. History will be made. 7th annual NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season is coming to an end. Round 38 here, the Road to Glory 500 at Phoenix International Raceway. The top 5 have kind of separated themselves now from the rest of the group. And it's mostly because they're side by side for 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th as well. And a couple of cars got a little bit loose coming out of turn 2. They hang on to it. And actually, that was turn 4. And look at Josh Combe-Diaz going all the way down below the yellow and making it 3 wide to take that position. There was contact made there between the 18, the 9, and the 62. Chris Ryan got the worst end of the deal, but I think that he actually played the gentleman role there and lifted a lot afterwards to let the contenders go. It's a long-time NOSSCAR driver. He's got wins in the Motormaster Series and the Truck Series. He's been a big part of our community here for quite some time, and whenever he does return, he runs good, but when he's around the drivers that are full-time and looking to make the playoffs or win the championship, he often races the way he's racing right now. Good battle there. There's Landon Jenkins, Alex Tesdall, Stephen Corley, Trenton Krentz, Dustin Hardy. They're all right there. Dustin Hardy, I believe, is still trapped 1 lap down in the 37 machine. And some of these drivers are hoping for a caution. It might be the only way that they do get back onto the lead lap before the end of this one. Matt Smith is your leader. He's driving away slowly but surely. Aaron Garcia runs in second. Josh Combe-Diaz in third. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in fourth. All 4 final 4 contenders up there in the top 4 spots, showing us exactly why they are here on the stage they're on. And if Matt Smith can do it, it's his 3rd consecutive NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series championship. This year he's got 32 starts, 13 wins, 23 top 5s, 24 top 10s, 3 pole awards, and 19 stage wins. No stranger to victory lane here in the Platinum Cup Series. 45 career wins at this top level. Holds the record for the most wins in a single season as well. And some speed has been found here by the 24 and the 9. It appears that they might be working together to try to either stay with the 47 or reel him in. Four wide deeper in the field, it was Trenton Krentz in the 20 car going all the way down below the 95, the 62, and the 37. And that was close right there. And it's a shame Dustin Hardy is stuck one lap down, because he's actually worked his way up into the top 10 in line when it comes to the order of the cars, but he's stuck one lap down outside the top 12.
Well, if he can keep the pace up, he should be able to get the free pass next yellow or the end of the stage.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. He's a former NASCAR Outlaw Series race winner on Wreckfest, looking for his very first NASCAR win on a NASCAR Heat game. It could come tonight if he can get back onto the lead lap with everybody. And there's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Finds himself racing for position here with Stephen Corley in the 4, Landon Jenkins in the 88. It's Dawson Brush not too far in front of him. It's Alex Tesdall not too far behind him. And it kind of looks like at this point in the race, Jeffrey might be trying to take it easy, trying to feel it out, see what his car needs. Maybe not push too hard since it's only stage 2.
Same time, if I was him, I wouldn't want to drop too far back, because it is hard. It can be tough to pass around here.
Exactly. It's a very good point by our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall. In my opinion, he's exactly right. You don't want to be too far behind in the running order for the beginning of the final stage. You don't want to have to work your way through about 4, 5, 6 cars to get back to the drivers you're competing with for that championship. I totally agree. First of all, it might not happen, and even if it does, the 3 contenders that you're trying to catch, they might be gone by the time you do get through the field. And Emily Seri in the 11 car is now pulled off the racetrack. She is done for the night. So there's been a little bit of attrition. 3 cars are out of today's race. Noah Underwood, Timmy Brown, and Emily Seri. And Josh Colm-Diaz has taken over second place from Aaron Garcia. How about it? And he is actually closing in a little bit, I think, on Matt Smith. The gap is staying about the same. Honestly, this gets my heart going, man. This is awesome, because this is one of Josh's best tracks. This is his 3rd Final Four appearance here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series, and 3rd one in a row. He was here both times when Matt Smith won his 1st and 2nd championships in the Platinum Cup Series. He remembers everything. He knows what Matt did right and what he did wrong. He knows what himself did right and did wrong. And this version of Josh Colm-Diaz is so much better than the one last year and the year before. I've been saying this so much all week long. He's only improved. And it could be his night. He truly could be finally ready and finally capable, finally fast enough to go on up there and get the job done. He's going to have to run down this man, Matt Smith, the all-time wins list leader and record holder here for NOSSCAR in the Platinum Cup Series. Driving for Lone Wolf Motorsports, a team owned by the Hall of Famer Jordan Green. And there has been news, actually, that Matt Smith has actually signed a deal to move to the number 21 Ford Mustang for Brett Baker Racing starting next year. So we're It's going to be a whole new look and a whole new team, maybe even a whole new attitude for Matt Smith. Now, it's going to be weird seeing him in something other than the 47, don't you agree?
Yeah, he's been driving that car for a while now. You know, I don't know, it's kind of made that one his identity recently.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with you. In fact, he's almost made his own legacy for the number 47 to the point where it's kind of sad to see him go. But we do wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors at Brett Baker Racing in that 21. And the battle for second is on. Josh Colombiez, Aaron Garcia, and Dawson Brush in the 25. The only one in this group that's not a championship contender is the 25. Dawson Brush, we haven't spoken too much about him in this race. I think the reason why is just because he's been taking it easy, playing it cool, playing it confident, just kind of riding around in the top 5, top 10, not pushing too hard. He hasn't been too wide, 3 wide, too much since the drop of the green flag. Just been kind of taking it easy. He's got 2 wins this season. He's been a part-time driver. He was not eligible for the playoffs, but proved that he had the capability to go out there and win races and maybe even a run for the championship. He is signed up and confirmed to drive a 100 car for the 2023 season, and we've got him locked in for a junior motorsports car for Motormaster as well. And the driver that led so many laps here in the first stage, Stephen Corley, has worked his way all the way back up to 5th. Remember, he was one of the several drivers that needed to pit before the end of stage 1 to take tires. And now he's worked his way back up inside of the top 5. There was a big problem there a moment ago for Dawson Brush in the 25 car. He got loose coming out of turn 2, went down and made minor contact with the inside wall, but seems okay. And there's Landon Jenkins just behind Jeffrey Robinson Jr. These drivers running 6th and 7th. Landon was also one of the drivers that needed to pit before the end of stage 1. Couldn't quite make it the entire way on tires. Took a wave around. He's back on the lead lap, but he's got slightly older tires than the competition around him. A little bit deeper, Alex Tesdall running in the 8th position in that number 17 Ford Mustang. Made it all the way to the round of 8 this year in the playoffs. He's a Triple Crown winner and now a NASCAR champion in the Novice Cup Series. Having a good day so far here at Phoenix. Looking to end a pretty good season, a pretty successful season on a high note. Alex, how's the car feel so far?
Car feels alright for the most part. It's a little bit loose in the long run, so they need to make a few more adjustments, but otherwise, not bad.
Is there any way to take the loose condition away without making the tires wear out more?
Little bit of wedge and turn up the left front tire pressure a little bit, and it won't, hurt the tires too bad.
All right. Some advice there from a Triple Crown winner, Alex Tesdall, running in the top 10, having a great day so far. Chris Ryan runs in 9th, not too far behind him. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. And he's got Ethan Hoekstra on the number 10, rounding out the top 10. And Trenton Krentz in the 20, 2-time NASCAR World Champion, scored an 11th. Speaking of which, actually, the 2022 NASCAR World Championship coming your way starting next Monday on the F1 2020 game. You'll see drivers like yours truly and Trenton Krentz and Jesse Carlson and Alan Richardson, Alex Tesdall, Pablo Hugo, and many more battle it out for the 5th annual NASCAR World Championship. First time we've returned to an F1 game since the 2018 World Championship season, where we hosted it on F1 2014 on PS3. It was a lot of fun that year. And I think we'll have a lot of good times and good racing here on the F1 2020 platform as well. Dustin Hardy in the 37 car. Remember, he was experiencing some connection issues early in this race. He is in his pit stall motionless and appears to be done for the day. Alex Tesdall coming to pit road for what I assume is a scheduled pit stop. He's not the only one. Bill Baldwin in the 22 car was there as well. There you see him, 2-time Super GT Series champion from the Gran Turismo game. Up front, it's Matt Smith leading with Aaron Garcia running in second. And I think that Josh Colm-Diaz has come to pit road, and he has. He's there for service. Oh no. Folks, I think that Josh in the 9 car very well might have had some sort of connection issue. It doesn't appear that his car is moving whatsoever on pit road. I don't think anyone's working on it. I think that, honestly, the very worst case scenario has happened here for Josh Colm-Diaz. I think that he has had a connection error, and he is out of today's race. And I can't even begin to tell you how heartbreaking that really is. He had worked his way all the way up into second place. He was running down the leader at one point, and then I think he backed off to save the tires a little bit. Now here he is, done for the day, and this version of Josh Colm-Diaz is the best one we've ever seen. I really think that this year was his very best chance to do it. I think that he was truly ready and truly capable to get it done this year, and he is done for the day. We'll see if we can get a word from him during the post-race interviews. But he will finish outside.
That's gotta be the most heartbreaking way to end your season.
Yep, and I know how it feels. It happened to me in 2020. I ended up finishing 4th in the final standings that year. Worst finisher amongst the final 4 because I lagged out, and it's the worst feeling that a sim racer can have. Especially if it's a championship race. Like, that is the worst. There is no worse. So my heart goes out to Josh and the entire number 9 team. But I've got to keep the broadcast going and keep a level of professionalism here going and keep the emotions in check. And we've got scheduled pit stops happening here in stage 2. Aaron Garcia in the 24 came to pit road the lap before, and now here comes Matt Smith and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. The 3 championship contenders left in tonight's race are all on pit road. 1 just left, and 2 of them have now just come to a stop in their pit stall for the tires and fuel that they need to carry forward. And now I think that if these drivers are careful enough and can take care of the tires enough, they might be able to make it the rest of the way from here on the tires and fuel they have. But for more information on that, we're going to send it down to Alex Tesdall, the driver of the 17. Alex, do you think they can reach the end from here?
For sure. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to.
And now, let's say you're one of the drivers that pit about 4 or 5 laps ago. Do you think that they're still safe as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, awesome. How many laps to go?
I will let you know in a minute.
No problem.
We got 18 to go on stage 2.
Excellent stuff. Thank you. And I believe that once this all cycles through and once all of the pit stops have concluded, I believe that it's going to put Matt Smith back into the lead in that number 47 Chevy Camaro for Lone Wolf Motorsports. We'll confirm with Alex Tesdall here in a moment.
He is currently scored as the leader, so I think we've cycled through.
I think we have too. Yeah, that was a quick cycle. Everybody pit within about 3 or 4 laps from each other, maybe 5 at the very most. And we're back to seeing the number 47 leading this race, a sight that we are used to seeing here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. Nobody has won more Platinum Cup races than this man. Closing in on another stage win as well. If he can pick up both stage wins, I can only imagine the confidence that he is feeling heading into the final stage. And when he is riding a momentum wave like that, it's very difficult to beat him. Aaron Garcia scored in second, won the pole for this race. His teammate Josh Colm-Diaz qualified second for this one and had driven around the 24 and was closing in on the 47, but is now off the track and done for the day. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., remember, he had to start shotgun. He had to start at the tail of the field in 18th. He's on the lead lap. He's up in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, never mind, folks. We're getting word he's actually scored in the 6th position.
Correction, he is P5. I am P6.
Oh, okay. So one of these drivers in front of him has fallen off the lead lap ever since we've last seen them. And it's Bill Baldwin in the 22. So I guess it was a good call then for the drivers who took the wave around, because like you said, even with a couple of extra laps on the tires and a couple of fewer laps of fuel, they can still make it on one pit stop here in stage 2. So the drivers that took that wave around and didn't pit, like the 88 of Landon Jenkins and a few others, that was a great call. It's going to keep them on the lead lap for the beginning of the final stage, where anything can happen. Now I realize Jeffrey is running in 5th, and I realize that Aaron Garcia is running in 2nd and not gaining any ground on the leader Matt Smith, but you got to keep this in mind. As long as you're on the lead lap for the beginning of the final stage, anything can happen, and often does here in a championship race here in NASCAR. Nobody will ever forget the 2021 NASCAR Motormaster Series Championship when Jason Doro edged out Kevin Tattersall coming to the line when Matt Smith and Jordan Dorosek wrecked each other. One went high, one went low, and the two underdogs, the two dark horses of the Final Four, came up the middle and drag raced door to door to the start-finish line. Anything can happen here when a NASCAR championship is on the line on NASCAR Heat 5. They're all chasing Matt Smith in the 47. And a good run as well for A.B. Cody. The closest battle for position towards the front very well might be this one. It's a battle for 5th between Alex Tesdall, A.B. Cody in the 95. Ethan Hoekstra in the 10 car is about 2.5 seconds behind these two. And I believe as we run, the first car one lap down is Trenton Krentz, the two-time NASCAR World Champion from the Gran Turismo games. He's got a little bit of front-end damage to the GCJ Motorsports Toyota, but he's got his car in position to be on the lead lap for the beginning of the final stage. He'll have to restart behind all the cars that are one lap down, but there's not too many of them left on the racetrack. We've had quite a bit of attrition in this race. 18 cars started, and I believe we have 5 cars off the racetrack and done for the evening.
Might be 6.
Yeah, very well could be. Hey, Alex, the garage is filling back up. It looks like they're getting ready to go out onto the track. Oh, boy. And again, folks, the most heartbreaking of all the cars that are currently out of the race is Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9. Such a strong season for him, the 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion. High hopes coming into tonight's race. Phoenix is one of his very best tracks, and it's not going to be his year again. 3rd Final Four appearance for Josh. Well, under 10 laps to go in stage 2. Matt Smith closing
5
in.
to go.
Oh, man, they click off quickly. And this is also why I'm glad that you're here to be an in-race reporter. It'll be a guessing game for me all night.
47 just crossed for 4 to go.
And a message to the NASCAR Heat 5 personnel and anyone that works on this game still. The next DL... Oh gosh, and as soon as I said that, I had a controller error. Never mind, we're okay. I was going to say, next DLC you release, have a leaderboard for us in spectator view, but don't mess with my controller. 4 to go. That was their warning. That was great. Oh, and NASCAR Heat 5 people. Oh, never mind. Good talk. Good talk. 3 to go in stage 2.
2 to go for the leader.
And now the next time by, Matt Smith will see the white flag, followed the next time around by the green and white checkered flag to signal the end of stage 2. It's been a flawless start of this race for the driver of the 47, looking for his 3rd NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series championship in a row. Coming out of 4, seeing the white flag now. He's going to have all the momentum and the confidence in the world heading into the final stage here at Phoenix International Raceway. 45 career wins for Matt Smith in the Platinum Cup Series. If he makes it 46 here tonight, he will become the 2nd driver to win 3 consecutive NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series championships. Out of turn 4, Matt Smith wins stage 2. Started the race off very conservative, very smart, took care of the tires, won stage 1 because of the strategy he went with, and then when it came to the raw speed stage, he's showing us that he very well might be the favorite heading into the final stage. And don't forget to pit Alex, but when you're ready, we will listen to your top 10.
Okay. Your top 10 is Flash 9, Black Cross, Bold Pluto, Diesel, myself, CWI, Juicy J, XD, Popeye, and even Steven.
And how many drivers on the lead lap? Is Trenton Krentz getting that free pass?
Yes, he will be getting the free pass, and that'll make 10 on the lead lap to start the final stage.
All right, thank you. Don't forget to pit, and thank you very much for giving us very important and very, very good updates all race long. Well, folks, if you told me that Matt Smith and Aaron Garcia would be 1st and 2nd at the end of stage 2, it wouldn't have surprised me at all. 23 wins combined between the two in 2022 Platinum Cup. Here we go, folks. Final stage. Time to make history. Who is going to win the 2022 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Championship? Keep your eye on the 47, the 24, and the 18. The 18 of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is mired back in traffic, running in 7th, doing everything he can on the outside line right now to get it done and work his way forward. And on the outside, Aaron Garcia is going to complete the pass, and we have a new race leader in the final stage. First time all race long that Aaron has led a lap here. Actually, I should recant that. First time since the first 5 laps of the race that Aaron Garcia has led in this race. He won the pole, and since then has been cruising around, taking it easy in the top 5. Now Landon Jenkins trying to make a move for 2nd on Matt Smith. I'm not sure what's going on. I wonder if Matt Smith is taking it easy and trying to conserve his tires a little bit, or if he's truly falling behind on adjustments a little bit to the 24 and the 88, because they're both looking pretty racy here when it comes to the 47. Matt Smith kind of stalled out in 2nd, being hounded for that position by Landon Jenkins. Stephen Corley runs 4th, and Aiden Cody runs in 5th, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. running in 6th in the 18 car. Championship contender, keep your eyes on him. He's slowly working his way forward. He restarted in 8th. He's picked up 2 positions. Aaron Garcia is opening up the gap over the driver of the 47. I think adjustments have been made, and I think that Aaron has found a little bit of speed. He is cruising. Alex Tesdahl runs in 7th. Trenton Krentz right there running in 8th. Ethan Hoekstra running in 9th. Bill Baldwin in the 22 rounds out the top 10. And folks, we have had so much attrition in this race. Dawson Brush in the 25 is now out of the race, I believe. We've only got 10 cars left on the racetrack and 9 of them on the lead lap. And the 24 is getting away. Matt Smith doing everything he can to stick with him, but he's slowly losing him, I believe. He's still being hounded a little bit by Landon Jenkins, just not too bad. Landon's kind of showing a little bit of mercy. And we'll get an update from Alex Tesdahl here in a moment when it comes to how many laps to go here in the final stage. We know that this will be the longest stage in length. I believe 2 pit stops are needed, but we'll throw it down to you.
We have 50 laps to go.
All right, and safe to say it's a 2-stop stage?
It might be. A 1-stop might be possible, but it would be close.
That might be what the 47 is trying to do then. I'm not sure. It's either that or they're both running as hard as they can, but Aaron has found something. I'm really not sure. All I know is what I can see. And Aaron Garcia is opening up the gap over the 47 of Matt Smith. The lead is increasing. And this is the furthest behind the lead that we've seen Matt Smith in a final stage for a championship race at Phoenix in his entire career. And you gotta wonder if it's making him a little nervous or if he's still ice cold, stone face Iceman under that helmet. Now Landon Jenkins under fire for 3rd from Stephen Corley. Stephen Corley, of course, came close to winning stage 1, had to pit near the end, 4 tires, couldn't quite make it the entire way. Landon Jenkins took the lead over in stage 1 and blew a tire on the last lap with about half a lap to go, actually. Aiden Cody in the 95 was one of the drivers who took a wave around under the yellow that ended stage 1. It put him back on the lead lap, and he's been on the lead lap and inside the top 7 or 8 ever since. All of these drivers have shown great speed. And we are watching great battles for position all throughout this top 10. Alex Tesdahl, Trenton Krentz, and Ethan Hoekstra are battling here for 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Stephen Corley is going to prevail for the battle for 3rd for the time being, with Aiden Cody not too far behind either one of them. And there is Jeffrey Robinson Jr., one of our contenders for the championship. He's a former champion on NASCAR 15, former champion on Supercross, former champion in the Street Tech Series on GTA 5. He's won a lot of races in a lot of different places, and he's still looking for that very first NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series win. If he can do it tonight, he will also be crowned your 2022 Platinum Cup Series champion. Right now running in 6th. He's got a good car, not a mark on it. Just doesn't seem to have the track position or the speed that he wants. Or he could be playing it as smart as could be, and he might have a strategy up his sleeve before the end of the day. We're going to keep our eyes on him. There's Trenton Krentz, the 2-time NOSSCAR World Champion. Still inside the top 10, having a great battle here with Ethan Hoekstra and Alex Tesdahl. Ethan in the 10 and Alex in the 17. They both found victory lane this year in the NOSSCAR Novice Cup Series here on Heat 5. And of course, Alex winning the championship in that series. It's hard to leave our cameras in one place. There is so much going on. The battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th is still heating up. Once Stephen Corley got around Landon, he didn't go anywhere. Landon stayed right on the back bumper of that Steel Horse Motorsports number 4 Mustang. Aiden Cody right there with him as well. Even Cody signed a deal to drive the number 5 Chevy for Timac Motorsports next year. He'll be making a move as well. There's a couple of major changes going on, driver changes and team changes for the 2023 season. It'll be interesting to see everybody in their new cars, new uniforms, new sponsors, and it'll be interesting to see how everyone does. I'm very excited about it, looking forward to it. Still your leader, Aaron Garcia, driving away from Matt Smith. The gap is still increasing, and we're going to keep our cameras here on the driver of the 47 and watch his progress here and see if he can reel him in. And we're going to take a short break from commentary. We have under 40 laps to go in the final stage. We're going to do a good old-fashioned crank it up. Going to let all the viewers enjoy the sounds of these engines here on NASCAR Heat 5. Very realistic sound. I love it. And grab the volume knob, turn it sky high, and if you ran out of soda, go grab a cold fresh one. We're about to crown a 2022 champion. And crank it back down, folks. We are going to resume the full commentary and get back to the action here, and we are going to crown a 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion. We have under 30 laps to go. We'll get an exact lap to go count when we can from Alex Tesdahl. And now we have green flag scheduled pit stops, beginning with Aaron Garcia in the 24. He surrenders the race lead. And Aiden Cody in the 95 and Trenton Krentz in the 20 are also on pit road. This leaves the lead to Matt Smith in the 47. He's going to stay out an extra lap. He's going to stay out an extra 2 laps, it looks like. And Landon Jenkins in the 88, and Trenton Krentz gets back onto the track right behind Landon. Landon's going to stay out on the track a couple of extra laps as well. And so is Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. And this could be huge.
Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Well, what do you have?
I was going to say the ones who are pitting early right now might not be able to make it on their tires.
And Matt Smith is still on the racetrack, so he is looking good to do just that. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. came to pit road this time by, along with Landon Jenkins in the 88 machine. So they might be okay. Matt Smith in the 47 is looking very promising. It's Aaron Garcia in the 24 who's really going to need to be watching his tires for the remainder of this race. And now Matt Smith finally is going to surrender the lead and come to pit road. Before the cycle began, he was second on the racetrack. He will likely be second after the pit stops as well. But he's got the advantage of being able to make it the entire distance, we think anyways, on tires and fuel. It'll be close. We'll have to see if everyone can make it from here. Then I think that it's Aaron Garcia that's in the best spot to win this championship. But if it is going to be close, I really think maybe it's the 47 that might be in the best spot. We'll have to see how it all unfolds. Here he comes back out onto the racetrack. The 24 of Aaron Garcia goes by. You can see what the gap looked like there just a moment ago, and now Matt is going to have 3 or 4 lap fresher tires. He might be able to reel in Aaron based on speed with those tires anyways. We'll have to see on how the rest of all this unfolds. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, if everybody can make it from here, then Aaron Garcia might be in the best shot, the best spot and best position to win this championship.
These tires do heat up pretty quick around Phoenix. Them 3 or 4 laps could make a difference.
I think it might. It might even make a speed difference. Like, he might be able to run down the 24 over the rest of this run with that type of an advantage. The gap is not... I think that Matt Smith might have even might have entered pit road, might have exited pit road a little quicker than the 24, because now the gap should be a little bit larger, in my opinion, than what it is. When you undercut somebody like that and you pit before them and you get those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles sooner, it should give you a huge advantage for those first 2 or 3 laps, and you should be able to open up the gap a bit. But as you can see, the gap is no more than about 7 car lengths, and it appears to be shrinking a little bit, and I really do think that it's a mixture of 2 reasons. 1, Aaron is trying to save those tires, and 2, Matt Smith has 3 lap pressure tires. Like, that is a pretty big difference at a track like Phoenix International Raceway, not only for when it comes to strategy and trying to make it to the end of the stage, but in terms of speed as well. We're watching the battle for what could be the battle for the championship, and if either of these 2 drivers should have a problem, it's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. that's going to be close enough, hopefully be close enough to capitalize. He's running in 5th. The problem for him is he is half the racetrack behind the top 2, maybe not about that much, but it's definitely about a 6 or 7 second gap between the driver of the 24 and the driver of the 18. Alex, was I right about that? Is Jeffrey running in that 5th spot?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Yeah, go back to watching the tires. I'll do the same. Oh, especially at a track like this. And now he's there, folks. Matt Smith is all over the back bumper of Aaron Garcia. The question is Aaron saving, or is the speed differential that great between the two? It's a 3-lap advantage for tires for the driver of the 47. Oh, and I don't know if Matt made contact with the wall coming out of turn 4 that time by or not, but if he didn't, you couldn't fit more than a few sheets of paper in between his car and that blue wall. How many laps to go, Alex, whenever you get a moment?
18 to go.
Oh, man. And it's come down to this, folks, and many people knew that it would. 23 wins combined between these two. A 38-race season has come down to this. 17 laps to go at Phoenix International Raceway. To the inside goes Matt Smith for the lead. It didn't give the 24 very much room. Slid up almost into the side of them. They both held on to it. Now the 24 gets into the wall because the 47 didn't give them too much space. They've had a bit of history before. They've both used the bump and run on each other. 4 wins on different occasions this season. And now Matt Smith is going to take the race lead and try to ride off into the sunset. And now here's where we're going to find out if Aaron was truly saving or if he's in big trouble. If he was saving his stuff, he might be able to stay right here on the back bumper with Matt Smith. Aaron might only run hard enough to stay with him, but not too hard to wear his tires out. At this point, that's really the only strategy left for Aaron Garcia, and we're showing signs of evidence that maybe Aaron was saving, because he is right there still with the driver of the 47. Doesn't appear that he is losing any ground to Matt Smith. There is a little bit of damage to the right side, though, of that 24 car. At a track like Phoenix, it will affect the speed a little bit, but not too much. It might be just enough for him to have his hands even more full when it comes to keeping that Lone Wolf Motorsports number 47 Camaro right in front of him. 15 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken. Could be less. They click off quickly. And a good battle here between Landon Jenkins and Aiden Cody. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th. It's about 5 seconds behind the battle for the lead.
When the leader crosses the line, we'll have 12 to go.
And you heard Alex Tesdall. 12 laps remaining until we crown a champion. And right now it's Matt Smith out front with about a 4-car length advantage over Aaron Garcia at this point. Aaron needs a caution, or he needs to be able to find a way to save these tires and run a speed where he can match Matt Smith and stay right there with him. The 3-lap advantage for Matt Smith in this final stage is proving to be a bit of a difference maker, not only for the safety to run as hard as you can and make it to the end of the race, but also the speed advantage. He was able to close in about an 8 or 9 car length advantage on the 24, pass him, take the lead, and drive away by a couple of car lengths. And it appears that he is just keeping that safe gap in between himself and the 24. Doesn't look like Matt Smith is pushing too hard either.
Ten to go. 9 to go when the leader hits the line.
And a strong run and a great effort for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. He's running in 5th, but he's about 10 seconds behind the battle for the lead. He's going to need a caution to catch back up and have a shot at this one. But overall, I'd say that he's He's probably very happy, very satisfied with the season that he's had. If you told him at the beginning of the 2022 Platinum Cup season that he was going to make it all the way to the Final Four, he more than likely would not have believed you. Would have thanked you for the confidence in him, but don't know if he would have taken that to the bank. But here he is. Made it all the way to the championship round. Still has a chance. Anything can happen here in a championship race in NASCAR.
At this point, it would take a yellow or the leaders taking each other out on the last lap or something crazy.
I could not agree more. It's gonna have to be one of the two. And the leaders are now separated by about 7 or 8 car lengths as they go into the corners. So I don't think they're going to take each other out. In fact, the 24 of Aaron Garcia might be in danger of not making it to the end of the race on the tires that he has. He might lose second in the final standings. But of course, I don't think he much cares about that. He wants the championship, and I'm sure if he doesn't get it, he doesn't care where he finishes for those other 3 spots. Getting closer to 5 laps to go. Matt Smith.
It's going to be 5 to go this time by.
Perfect. 5 remaining for Matt Smith, looking to make history here in NASCAR. He's already made so much history. I told him when he first joined NASCAR about 2.5 years ago that he would rewrite the history books and the record books here if he stayed long enough, and he has done just that, folks. He holds the record for the most wins in a single season, and he holds the record for the most wins all time in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series, closing in on his 3rd consecutive championship in this series at the top level. He's raced in the Pro League races, those Winter Heat Series and Summer Showdown races with me. And here he is at Phoenix for a 3rd straight year, showing why he is one of the very best to ever pick up a NASCAR Heat game and play it. 3 laps to go. And I can only imagine the Hall of Famer, the team owner, Jordan Green, is smiling somewhere in the garage area watching this
95 is slow on the front.
And we have a problem for Aiden Cody, one of the drivers who advanced all the way to the round of 8 this year after only making the playoffs by 2 points. And the youngster with a bit of front-end damage to the 95 Juicy J Motorsports Toyota, but keeps it going. And 2 laps to go. Aaron is still rolling on the track in the 24. No tire issues so far. Now the 95 safely makes it to pit road, and that is Aiden Cody. And coming out of turn 4, this time by, the white flag is in the air. Final lap of the race, final lap of the 2022 season. It's a grind, folks. It's a 38 race season, 50% distance races. It's an endurance season. Takes a lot to be consistently strong and consistently fast everywhere. And going into turn 3, history is going to be made for the 3rd straight year. Matt Smith wins the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series championship. And a job well done. Aaron Garcia holds on, and he's going to finish 2nd in the race and 2nd in the final standings. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. with a great effort, great speed all race long. He's going to finish 4th in the race and 3rd in the final standings. And a heartbreaking situation for Josh Colm-Diaz, who qualified 2nd for this race and had a connection issue in stage 2 while running in 2nd and closing in on your race leader, Matt Smith. Very well could have been his year, and it wouldn't have surprised anybody with how good he is at Phoenix and how much he has improved. But congratulations to Matt Smith and Lone Wolf Motorsports. And I'm sure Jordan Green is going to be sad to see Matt go. Matt signing a deal to drive the number 21 Ford Mustang for Brett Baker Racing next year. It's going David Pearson on us. And we're going to have post-race interviews with your final 4 contenders here. And we're going to kindly ask Alex Tesdahl to invite those 4 into the Racer Reporter chat, or any of them that are not in it already, so that way we don't need to go to a blue screen for the viewers.
Okay.
Thank you kindly. And the fastest lap of the race goes to Aaron Garcia, 25.940.
Alright, I added Juicy J. I'm pretty sure the other two are already in here.
And NASCAR King?
Oh, is he still online?
If he isn't, then don't worry. Check it out for me if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And we're going to kick off the post-race interviews with the driver of the number 18 Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports, and that is Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Jeffrey, you had so much speed in this race. You ran strong all night long. You were right there at the end. It just seemed like you didn't have the greatest track position to start your final stage off, and by the time you got through those cars and up into the top 5, the other 2 or 3 were gone. Take us through this race. Describe the emotions and the jitters and everything that was going through your body and mind heading into this main event.
It was just a crazy race, honestly. With we're starting at the rear of the field. That's one. Then working on, then coming on through the pack. Second, which was not easy with all these other drivers and non-playoff drivers, which was not making it easy for me. And we just came up short. Not much we can say. So we didn't show the great speed either to keep up with Black Cross or Flash.
Overall, sum up your season for us. You have great numbers this year. Although you didn't find victory lane, you have so many good runs in the top 5 and the top 10, 4 stage wins as well. Take us through a bit of your season, through some highs and some lows, and tell us about how 2022 went for you.
The 2022 season was a bit up and down. The beginning of the season didn't start off the way that we wanted to. Then as the season went on, we just kept our head down and kept getting the finishes that we wanted to, and the stage wins that held to get us this far into the season. It was fun.
You said that you've learned a few things over the last 5 or 6 weeks, and we could tell all of a sudden you were consistently a top 5, top 7 car everywhere we went, top 3 at times. Without giving too many secrets away, what was it that you figured out?
I'm just being patient and not overdriving the car. That's it.
And last question for you, what are your expectations for 2023 Platinum Cup moving forward?
To come back here and go and try and win this championship next season.
Great goal, great stuff, and congratulations on making it to this big stage this year and having a great season.
Thank you, and congratulations to Flash. He didn't deserve it after the season that he's had.
Couldn't agree more. Moving forward with the post-race interviews, do we have Josh Colm-Diaz in here?
No.
No problem. Moving forward, we are going to speak now to the driver of the 24, Aaron Garcia. Aaron, thanks a bunch for joining us. You ran strong all night long, led a lot of laps in this race. Of course, you qualified on the pole. You led pretty much every lap in the final stage there, but it looked like it came down to tire management and maybe pit strategy at the end there. Flash pit 3 or 4 laps after you and was able to used the extra grip that he had to maybe run you down and challenge you for the win. Take us through the race and the final stage for you, and if you could have done anything differently, what would you have done?
Probably just save my tires at the end because, yeah, I loosened my car up a little bit for the final run. It was too much. He caught me because like I could not control it out of turn one. It was just sideways, and I kept hitting the wall a little bit. It was a good night for me. Finished second. Congratulations to Flash.
What was the vibe like out there? It was a pretty full track at the beginning of this race. 18 of you out there, and it seemed like there was about 13 or 14 cars capable of winning this race. Everyone seemed to have good speed, and everyone was really bunched together. What was the vibe like? Was it clean?
Oh yeah, it was very clean. Everyone raced clean, gave space, and was able to stay side by side. We lift off a little bit. It was a good race.
Now we have to ask you this. Tell us about the speed that your teammate Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 car had. He suffered an engine failure in Stage 2, but there was a point in Stage 2 when he was able to complete the pass on you for second. Did that kind of take you off guard a little bit?
Oh, no, it really didn't. I know he has good speed. He was able to run third, stay up there. Had tire strategy in Stage 1 and was able to bounce back up. He knew what he was doing. He has good speed. He was able to pass me.
How satisfied are you with your season? 10 wins, a new record for most top fives in a single season. I'm pretty sure a new record for most stage wins in a season. I'm going to need to double check. And also, you won 2 championships in the calendar year of 2022. So how disappointed versus satisfied are you?
Oh, I'm not disappointed at all. I've finished in second, even to Flash. It's still good for me. I mean, he's a good competitor. Season was good. I'm not ashamed to come up second. It was fun.
Good. I'm glad to hear. Congratulations on making it to this big stage. Honestly, many of us knew you would, and good luck to you in 2023.
Thank you.
And before we go to the championship victory lane, an honorable mention and shout out to Josh Colm-Diaz, the driver of the 9 Chevy Camaro, had an engine failure in Stage 2 while running in second place and just taking second place away from his teammate in the 24, Aaron Garcia. And by speed, he had something here tonight, and just wanted to give him a congratulations for making it all the way to this stage for the 3rd year in a row. Josh made the Final 4. And on we go. History made again. And the second driver to win 3 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series championships in a row, driver of the number 47 for Lone Wolf Motorsports, Matt Smith. A job well done. 14 wins this season, over 20 stage wins for you, 3 pole awards. You were the guy again, Matt. Tell us what this championship means to you, and tell us how you were able to pull it off here tonight with such a stacked field of 18 cars.
Oh man, I certainly had to earn it, just like the other 2. I feel like this one will probably be my favorite one, just because all 4, of us that had a shot tonight, deserved to be here. But the back and forth that I had with the 24 all season long, it was, other than the 9. Having issues, I hate that for him. He deserved to finish it at least. But the way that the 24 and I battled all year long, I feel like it deserved to come down to the 2 of us. And I was nervous as hell, man. We started the 3rd stage and he just drove away from me. And, just tried to keep myself calm. These races never get easier. It doesn't matter what league or who I race against. It's we all care, and we want to win. And just great race, and I'm glad the stress is over.
You did a great job, man. You're no stranger to this stage. You've been here 2 times before, and you've got a 100% success rate. What was different about this year, and what was the same when it comes to this year and the past 2 years?
The difference was the speed. in my competitors. You know, I had
Mm-hmm.
couple years ago we were, you know, running custom setups, and long shot certainly, you know, pushed me to the edge for that race too. But you know, for sliders stage 1, you know, we're all on default, couldn't have any changes made, and it looked like all 4 of the championship guys, at least, you know, we were trying to make it without having to pit. So that kind of, you know, it was a little stressful, but at the same time, you know, we were just kind of settling in, taking care of each other, and, you know, we wanted to be around when it counted the most. And second stage just kind of set up what we might see for the last stage, so try and get those adjustments right. And you know, I was pushing the car, you know, to see what my tire wear would be like, how it would run at the beginning, towards the end of the tire life, and then the adjustments you got to make after the pit stop, you know, with low fuel. And because if you forget to take, you know, 1 can or 1.5 cans, take full tank, you know, you're automatically losing a couple tenths if the other guy takes less fuel. So getting that dialed in was huge. Luckily, I got it dialed in right away in the second stage and kept it the same. Was able to go a little bit longer in the last stage to get the tire advantage, and I got to him. You know, just tried to get a fender under him. I felt like I was able to keep my car all the way down, but I looked up off of 2 and saw he nudged the wall. So I don't know if that was just like a buffer thing around our cars that did that, but that certainly was not intentional by any means. But yeah, certainly had to run the car to the edge just to get back to him before the pit stop, and then to run him down again.
Overall, a great showing by you and your team. One last question we wanted to ask you, and we want to confirm this. Rumor has it, and a few others have confirmed it, we just haven't heard your voice say it. Are you going to the 21 to Brett Baker Racing next year? And if so, talk to us about that opportunity and what brought that on.
Well, I think out of all the league years I've ran, I think maybe there's 1 or 2 that I wasn't in a Chevy, and I feel like the last 2 years I've ran with 0 teammates, so it gets kind of old. You know, I want to have fun too, and not just, you know, stress about like, oh, I have no one to work with, this and that. Not that that's an excuse or anything, but I got a lot of stuff personally coming up for me, you know, working on, you know, starting my own business, you know, on the side of a full-time job, and getting married here in a couple months, actually, so I feel like I'm getting old as hell. And
Congrats.
yeah, so it's a lot of personal things coming up, so I'm going to be stepping back a little bit to part-time, but we'll be in the 21 for Brett, and we'll still show up and compete. You know, I don't know how many races just yet, but we'll do it David Pearson style and try to show up and get some big wins along the way.
I like it. I like it. Sounds good to me. You're more than welcome anytime. I was going to say arguably, because it's often a quote that I use just to play it on the safe side, but you very well are the best driver that we have here in NASCAR Platinum Cup Series in terms of statistics and your professionalism as well. You're always welcome here, and it's been an honor having you here over the last 3 years. Congratulations on your 3rd straight NASCAR Platinum Cup Series championship, brother. You deserve it.
All right, thank you so much. You know, thank you for going through all the hassles of running a large league like you got, and you know, the recruiting that you do and bringing in all these new guys, and you know, there's frustrations along the way, but there's, you know, that happens in any league. I can attest to that. So I want to shout out Black Cross again. Across all the different people that I've ran with, I feel like put any person on a slider in this game, he'd be able to run with them, possibly beat them. So I give him a ton of credit. He's got a lot of talent in that car, and we've had plenty of disagreements throughout the season. But looking back, it created some drama, some great hard racing, and he's going to be a champion in the Platinum Cup as well, at some point. And to Josh and Juicy, their time's coming too. Josh was extremely improved from the previous couple years, and he'll get a couple wins down the road, I'm sure of it, and same for Juicy. And good luck to those guys, and we'll be back next Cup season.
Truer words never spoken. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you a bunch, Matt, for all the amazing memories.
All right, thanks a bunch. I'll see you guys down the road.
Absolutely. It's not bye forever. It's bye for now. 3-time NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion and future Hall of Famer, cemented Hall of Famer, Matt Smith has left the building and made history along the way, folks. It's not easy to win 3 of these, much less 3 in a row, and especially with the level of competition that Matt Smith has been facing over these last 3 championship seasons of his. Jordan Dorsek, Ayrton Frederick, Josh Watson, Josh Colm-Diaz, Aaron Garcia, yours truly. A lot of us have all went to battle with Matt Smith, and he has done it all 3 years. 100% success rate, one of the very best to ever race on the NASCAR Heat games, and given great respect to his competitors along the way. Class act, and no one better. Folks, that's going to do it. And for final thoughts on tonight's race and the entire 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season, we're going to send it over to Alex Tesdall for final word.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun season overall. Had a lot of good battles with a lot of different guys. My season personally was quite the roller coaster this year. Not as good as I felt I could have been, but still put up solid numbers, and yeah, overall, nothing to complain about. It was pretty fun.
Start to finish this season, Daytona all the way to Phoenix, what was your favorite moment? What moments stood out to you along the way?
Honestly, I can't pick anything specific. There was a lot of crazy moments. This series always has so much to offer, and like the competition's so high, and it's fun to race with all these guys, even if I can't run at the front every single week. I'd love to, but regardless, it's still fun, even if you're not.
I couldn't agree more. We had so many talented drivers this season. A lot of them came full of energy, full of hope, full of confidence. They've learned a lot along the way. It was a very fun season to call the action from up here in the booth, and I want to extend my biggest thank yous to you for joining me for a lot of these races and keeping me updated throughout these events.
Yeah, of course. I like being here.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. You do a good job, and you do a great job at keeping your composure even when things are happening around you. I've had race reporters in the past where they go, ooh, ah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, why'd you do that? You do a fantastic job, and you really keep a level head, and that's why you're always my number one pick to be the race reporter. So thank you again, and we hope to do it some more with you in 2023.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And that's going to do it, guys. And one last congratulations to Matt Smith, the driver of the 47 Chevy Camaro, Lone Wolf Motorsports driver, Jordan Green's championship driver, 3-time champion, one of the very best here on the Heat 5 game. He did it yet again. Good night, everybody. And until February, stay fast, folks.